Greetings! Sorry I didn't have any music playing. I forgot, and I didn't think I was going to be more than half a second, and then I was more than half a second. So, sorry about that. But anyway, back to Builders 2, where we're going to be making stuff in Builders 2. We're making Midenhall. That's what we're doing. That's what we've been doing. And that's what we're going to continue doing. There we go. Hey, we're back. Okay. Not a lot in the way of, like, news or anything to talk about. Don't have a lot to talk about, so we're just going to kind of hop on in as we have been. I'm trying to think, like, if anything's really been going on over the past week or so. And not a lot comes to mind. I think we've just kind of been doing our best. Yeah. Oh, how y'all liking Link's Awakening and Lena's Inception? Because, man, am I glad that I gave Lena's Inception a second look, because it has ended up being a super good game, and I'm, like, I want to say, like, one of my favorite games, but I don't know. New. Oh my god, new. Okay. I don't know, but I have been super enjoying it, and I'm hopefully going to be... I mean, I may be playing more of it in the future. Maybe not for you guys, but, like... just, like, on my own. Okay, so we're making a room. Can I zoom in on that? I sure can. Alright, so we're making a room. Have we already made that little ball-shaped room? I don't think we have. Alright, well, if we haven't, then it looks like I'm probably going to put stairs right there. And then it goes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1, 2. It looks like it does that on both sides. So what? That's actually like 3, 2, 2? 3, 2, 2? Okay, so we do that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3. 2, 2. And that leaves an opening for a cross. Was I going to put stairs there, or was I going to put stairs on the other side? Mole burger. Good old mole burger. Delicious. Yeah, so we got an opening of 2. Oh, I think I was going to put the stairs there. So I have the opening of 2, and that's 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2. And leaves us with an opening of 4. Yep. Yep. And then I was going to put stairs, like, here. Or something. Okay, so this one hopefully isn't too horribly difficult. Because at the end of the day, it's kind of just this. Okay, Uri's got a paragraph for me. Oh, Uri, don't worry. Ogre pointed me out. Oh, you don't understand Moleburger. Look at him. It looks like looks like a cheeseburger. Got a big old bun, lettuce sticking out of the side. It's Moleburger. Okay, so that is... Okay, looks like the hall stays 4. And that's the far wall. Okay. So it's... Okay, so it makes a harsh turn there. So that side looks like 6. And then it goes across and goes a lot. I cannot tell how many that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14! 6 and 14. I think that's it. 6 and 14. Yep. 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 6 and 14. Crap. I need more blocks. So I'll remember 6 and 14. Thank you for the resub. What was it? I can't read from here. Chogoro. How does he look like a cactus? He's brown. He's shaped like a... Look... He's shaped like and is the color of a burger bun. He's even got sesame seeds sprinkled all over top. Okay, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then this goes 4 this way. And then we go that way some. So this way is 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 2. That is correct. And this is going to be 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so that goes straight down that way. That's 6. And then we have the next 4 going this way. That is 4 across there. Would it be easier to count over here, maybe? Can I, like, hide the thing? Okay, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? 10? Yeah, that should be correct. That should be 14. And that looks like 10. Yep. Okay, we're good. Okay, so that goes down here and opens up on that side. Looks like the opening is 4. And it opens into another hallway that is 4. And that kind of goes that way. Are both those rooms the same size? Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. First one is 9, second one is 10. I think. Possibly. Perhaps. Yeah, second one is 10 for sure. First one is 9 for sure. 9 and 10. 9 and 10 separated by 1, 4 wide, got the one wall. One, two, three, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice. Alright, one room, then the other room. So these go deeper in, but I have no idea how much. That looks like 7. Seven it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, this is our main goal for the day. We're at least laid out now. So now we just kind of have to fill in what we have. Okay, so let's see what we got. So that looks like 3 stairs down, starting at the edge. And then just 1 stair. I wonder why just 1 stair. That's weird. And then 4 stairs? Yep, 4 stairs. So 3, 1, 4. I'm gonna need stairs. Just make 20 for now. Okay, so it starts here. I'm gonna have to clear... I might as well clear out all of this. It gets hard to clear out when it gets more than 2. I mean, we have the bashes, but these are also narrow hallways. So really, at best, I could go down like 3 and then use that bash, but let's just go 2. Okay, these rooms I'm just gonna clear out with the bigger bash. So I'll wait until we're down a little bit lower. Just make a little doorway to get in first. Thought I missed a block. Okay, so that goes down 3. And then we have another one here. So let's clear out our next 2 layers. How's everybody doing? I did not prepare a topic of discussion for today. So it's all on you. What do you guys want to talk about? I mean, I guess I have a couple thoughts that I've been thinking, but they're not like discussion points. Like, I've been thinking, for the longest time, I was super interested in the Well Gaia universe. Like, that's all I thought about, was crap that I could use and involve myself in the Well Gaia universe. Events that could happen, you name it. And anymore, I find I'm thinking a lot more about that future AU. And I think some of that is just due to, I guess, how interests change over time. But, like, I'm a lot more solemn, I guess, now. Whereas when I first started thinking about Well Gaia, I thought way more about just friggin' cool, exaggerated anime stuff. Give me that Gurren Lagann crap. And when I was interested in that, that's what I thought about Well Gaia. And I was thinking, hey, I'm gonna make all these cool anime things that are Well Gaia related. But now I'm like, I don't know, I'm feeling the sad boy. No! I knew as soon as I let go of the button I did one too many. So now I'm working on a sad boy universe. I do need to finish Well Gaia, though. Like, that's going to be my next goal, really. As soon as I get Tofu Topple done, and I don't really have anything left to work on in Tofu Topple. Potentially some balancing, and I would like to see some more high-level play before I do any real balancing. Give people a chance to actually get used to characters. Because right now they just say, oh man, Ogre's powerful, and like, or Morgana's really hard to deal with. And like, yeah, she's kind of hard to deal with, but how does that affect the game in the long run? So I'd like to see some more high-level play of like varying characters against each other, and then I'll be more content with the level that the characters are at. But I think as soon as I'm done with Tofu Topple, and honestly, I don't really have anything to do this weekend. Oh. Hope the grass goes down far enough. We've hit the bottom of our wood ocean. Oh, that's 2. I should clear this out. What does one do when the ocean is not made of wood? So yeah, like, I don't really have any plans this weekend, and I always feel like I have to be working on something. So maybe I'll boot Well Gaia back up. Because I gotta finish it. I got 3 games in the Well Gaia line planned, and I still think all 3 of them are going to be super cool. Or at least they all have super cool ideas. So I'm not like, I don't want to work on them anymore. Like, I still want them to be... I'm just thinking a lot more about the future AU. which may or may not even be an AU. I also want to make a game around the future AU. I also want to make a game surrounding that, and like 50% of the reason I want to do that is because I want to get Ben Burns to make the music for it. Ben Burns is the guy who did the music for Visual Out, which was Barry's game. Super good stuff. I just feel like the style of music that he makes, it like super fits what I'm trying to go for. It's gonna be forever, though, because I gotta finish making Welgaia. And admittedly, I'm not making netcode or advanced AIs. So, the two big time sinks, and I'm not drawing like 500 pieces of art. So, like, the three biggest time sinks in Tofu Topple shouldn't exist for Welgaia. Instead, with Welgaia, there's just a lot of content I have to make. Okay, I don't know how far that can go. 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. Oh, crap. Any mods around? Yeah, me. What I'm here for. What's even the point of, like, buying followers? Like, they're not going to participate in chat. They're not going to talk. Even if you're, like, monetarily focused, they're not going to send in tips or bits or anything. They're just going to make a number bigger. I guess maybe if you wanted to, like, inflate your numbers so you get put higher on a priority view list, which in turn would get more people to show up. But that's not even how Twitch works. I assume it's just a phishing link. You know, probably. You know what? Don't click links. Okay, we are getting somewhere. Look at that. We're even, like, all the way down there. Okay, so let's take a look at you again. Let's take a look at the floors. It looks like the floors are almost entirely checkered. In fact, I feel like they would be entirely checkered. There's like 4 flat blocks. The rest are entirely checkered. And then there's the water room. There's also blocks lining the stairs. It doesn't look like they go all the way on the bottom, though. They just take the stairs going down. So we got like a block here. What do you mean I can't put a block there? Put a block where I want. I'm tofu. Okay, so that does that. Which is kind of an interesting little staircase going down. Then it opens back up down here. And other than this, I feel like it was daytime for like 5 minutes. Okay, so it's not all two around. It's almost all two around. It's 3 on the backside, then 2 around. So that's where we came in from. So we're going in here. So we got 3 on the backside. And then almost there. So that'll come into that way. The floor here is checkered. I mean, I gotta fix the wall. But what's that wall look like? It's just 4. Okay, so it's an opening 4 across and 3 high. Centered on this. Four across, 3 high, centered on that. And then this side is also 4 across, 3 high, but it's centered 1 away from the edge. Nope. There we go. Now we just have to make everything checkers and eat egg. Okay, so these are checkered the whole way up, right? Whole thing, all the wall is all checkered. Yep, nice and easy, except right there. Those are, in fact, not checkered. I wonder why. Oh, I think it's just because of that room. Yeah, because you got the wall over there, and then I guess they extended it for aesthetic's sake. Okay, well, that's not too big a deal. We'll worry about that when we worry about that. So here's a funny thought. Why is the ceiling dropped down one block on that edge? Everywhere else we're good. Ceiling looks to be 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like 8. Yep. Ceiling is 8 high. So that means that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, funnily enough, this is exactly the ceiling. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then what about that weird side? How many? Is it just like the last 2? It's the last 2. This is gonna get real awkward when I can't see anything. I need more blocks. Okay, I got 200 more. Let's just make 200 more of these. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna change the walls real high up. Also, I should figure out what that looks like. Okay, so what does this ceiling look like? Where does it come out? Oh, okay, that goes higher. And then it goes boom. That's awkward, but whatever. And that covers, and then that covers. So it kind of goes in one step at a time. And I think I only go up to that high here. I feel like this is going to be easier going in from here. Starting on this side. Okay, so if I don't want to go any higher, and I'm only building up to that level, then I can just build the walls up around that first bend. In fact, honestly, I can just build the walls up this high all the way around. And then we can just fill in as needed. Alright, sure, let's do that. I'm gonna need more blocks. Again. I am gonna need some of these, so let's just make 100 of those to start. Because 13 is not gonna carry me through this. It's so far away, it's so quiet. This is a tall ceiling, yo. Okay, where do we go from here? Not nearly enough blocks calling it now? Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, so that's all the lower we went. Which means we can block in. It's hard to tell if that was intentionally arced in like that. No, there's no way that was intentionally arced in like that. That's supposed to be flat across. It's gotta be. Because it's not even centered over the hall. Okay, so we got that there. And then, is that the back four? Yeah, that's the back four. And I think that's it. That's as high as we go. So that, and then the back four. Ooh, just barely. And then the back four dip down one. Man, I gotta get these inside. I mean, that's a dungeon, though. We did it. We still have to make everything checkerboard. Smash Tag goes high. It's 5 blocks, I think. Okay, let's grab you and put you somewhere reasonable. Crap. Hope. Okay, it's this, or we run the entire way around and through the front door again. I should just, honest to goodness, put some blocks right here. Something. Just so like I can get up here if I have to. Okay, so that'll do us for now. And that's what this whole mess looks like. So we need to fix this. Otherwise, we're looking pretty good. We just have to change everything to checkerboard. And there's like 4 blocks here that are flat. And the wall, parts of the walls also need to be flat. Okay, I can't help but get a block outside. That's fine, then. Yeah, you can still see the blocks there. You can see the dirt under these, too. What BS? You're gonna make me swap so many blocks. Okay, we need a ton more. Okay, now that we're gonna start swapping, we need a lot of blocks. So let's just make a lot of blocks. Hey, Tofu may or may not be wearing pants. What's going on? I think she's got pants on. I think she's got pants on. Maybe? Guess not. Thought she had pants on under that. I thought she had floofy pants on. Oh well. Not all heroes wear pants. Okay, this is a little different. Okay, I think that gets all the weird spots.
Let's go, go, go!
Hey, thanks for the follow. That's true. She's not a hero. She's a builder. Okay, I think we're good-ish. It should be fairly simple to paste the walls in a couple of these places that I can reach easily. Okay, I knew this was going to take a lot of blocks, but I'm kind of surprised at how many blocks this has taken. I mean, that's okay. I made 1,000, so we can just go make another, like, 400 of these. So does that mean builders don't wear pants? Not if they don't have to. Yeah, I actually kind of wanted to get that corner because it may have dirt in it. Wood I'm not as worried about, but dirt kind of like bleeds through blocks. So you see it when you shouldn't. Okay, the bottom levels are looking okay. Okay, so it's these here that are flat. And there's a couple of stripes over there, but I'll get to those later. Cool! Cool. Okay. Amazing. What? Yeah! I did not know this was going to be nearly this robust. Yes! Now all I have to do is be able to get the camera up there. That's gonna be the hard part. Oh man, I already need more. I mean, I guess I just leveled this entire thing. I shouldn't need more than 500 more. Okay, so what's the world look like right now? We haven't missed anything, right? Okay, so we need to get the higher-ups in here. Man, wish I could just, like, first-person builder mode. Actually, maybe I will need more than those 500. I'm just realizing how much wall there is in here. Oh, no, we got 300 left. We should be good. And I believe that is it. Oh, no, it's not pants. It's probably like bloomers or something. Okay, so we have a couple blocks over here we have to replace. So those 4 are going to be changed out at top level, and then 2 below that the entire wall is. I think this is 2 rows. Yeah, it's 2 rows. Okay, I broke some stairs too, so let's fix that. And then let's get outside, where it's probably going to be easier to see what exactly it is that I'm doing. Alright, looking good. It bothered me. Right, I think that's technically prepping us for the next room we have to make. But hey, look at this stuff. So we got the awkward lines on the wall done. Everything else is done down here. We have the flat blocks where they need to be. Alright. We just gotta furnish and we're done. Oh, almost egg time? Oh, it is almost egg time. On the first set of stairs you made, I think that has 2 blocks next to them. think the two blocks next to them should be flat blocks and not the checkered ones, since in the blueprint it's dirt blocks. Oh, like at the top of those stairs? I don't know. I don't necessarily agree. And I think the reason I don't agree is this is at the top of the stairs. This leaves us with a nice little block of 4 in the corner. And the flat blocks are then surrounded by the step-up checkers on either side. And then going up again, we have again the square in the corner and the step-up on either side. Whereas if we do it here, it doesn't really contribute to the shape of the room, having 2 blocks here. And it's also just kind of out in the middle in the opening of everything. Like, there's checkers here, but that whole floor is checkered, so that doesn't really mean much. I think what I would like is I may put a block here and here, because that makes way more sense given everything else that's going on. I don't think I see anything resembling those 2 blocks on the blueprint, but I think that works thematically with everything else they've got going on with the stairs down here. I feel like if there were step-up blocks like here and here, then I would put I'd be more inclined to put the flat blocks there. But, like, you can't see anything there. And I very much doubt those step-up blocks are there at all. I'm gonna leave those in, though. I'll take some creative liberties. I'll leave those in. So, furnishings. What can we add furnishings-wise? Doesn't look like there's anything in the hallway. So let's just get down to the actual rooms. Looks like some boxes and barrels. I don't see anything in the first room. So boxes and a barrel in the second room. Oh, I gotta fix this too. How high up does that go? I never fixed that door frame. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like the door frame is 4 high. I don't believe it. It's 5 high. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's right here. Okay, not much, but it's important. Okay, so we need some crates. Oh, this seeded earth? What is seeded earth? Grassy earth. What's the difference? Does it just not have a little, like, no? Because that's it, too. Oh, it had seeds in it. Okay. Oh, because you got to dig up seeds in some places. Okay. Okay, so I don't need my 800 stacks of wood. Everything up top, I think I'm content enough to keep. Crates. Never remember where crates are. They're there. I also need like a barrel. I think it's 5. 5 crates. Yeah, so it's 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2. And then a barrel there. Alright, so that's it for that. That is just wide open. Yeah, that's wide open, so we don't have to worry about that. There is, of course, the... That room needs filled with water. We have to put the bars on the doors. Is there anything going on in that last room? I really cannot see. You'd think it'd have shackles or something in it, but I don't think there's anything in there. There's like a barrel. What are the sconces? There's only one. Where is it? Is it like over in that room or something? There it is. Found it. Yeah, there's legitimately nothing in there. There's some barrels. I mean, I guess we don't have to have... So what are they? Broken barrels? 2 barrels? Pebble, wood. That's it. There's 2 broken barrels in that room. Two barrels. I mean, okay, I'm not gonna argue. If that's all you got. For the time being, I'm taking very minimal creative liberties. I want to work on recreating the castle first, And then I'm gonna look over the whole thing and kind of decide if I want to do anything different with it. Okay, so I need 2 cell doors. And I need the actual bars. Funny, you'd think they would have been in there. Are they in blocks? That's weird. Why would they be in blocks? They're in blocks! Okay, so that was 4 by 3. So that's 4, 8, I don't know, 12, 24, minus 4, so I need 20 of these. Come on, one of these is the right button. Alright, so what do these look like? Door is on the left. In both of them. Okay. Wait, why do I have more cell? I had more. Alright, we did it. We made rooms. And then we just have to fill this with water. And we did it. That is a completed dungeon. Built right up to code. So the outside is fine. This bothers me a little. Because otherwise, this is a perfectly normal room. And it occurs to me that this is going to be a... This is such a wasted use of space. There's nothing going on out here. I think maybe the higher floors use it. But so much of this area is going to be filled up with wood. We're going to have ourselves a second little wood ocean. That actually completes, more or less, our first floor. Oh, is there another barrel somewhere else? There's 3 barrels. Oh yeah, because there was one in the hall. So our next goal is going to be to make this room right here, which is also going to be our staircase leading us up to the second floor. So we're kind of done with the first floor, but we do still have this room, which is... It's connected to the first floor, but it's also going to be reaching us up into the second floor. So let's... Let's go figure out what we're doing. While we're doing that, I'm real quick going to recalibrate my head position and face rig, so hopefully I don't have to turn my head quite as far to see the chat. Maybe I turn it like this far. Where's forward? Forward's like here. Okay, so I look at the chat, I'm looking that way. I look at the game, I'm looking that way a little bit. Okay, you know, that should work. Yeah, video 12, just now finishing up the first floor. It's, we've done more than just the first floor, and I think that's part of what's taken such a monumental amount of time. Like, I want to say maybe half of that was spent on the first floor, and the other half of that was spent building the castle exterior, the bazaar, the buildings out in the bazaar. Like, there's a lot going on out there. We had to go find the island and figure out how and where we were going to set up camp for it. It's hard to gauge how far done we are, though. Like, it's hard to give a percentage, because I have no idea what the higher levels are going to have in store for us. Oh, I wanted to mess with the voice modulation. Talking about a virtual tuber. I wanted to mess with the voice modulation, just as a joke, really. Like, I wouldn't want to actually go with that, but just as a joke, but I didn't have time. I was too busy playing Phantasy Star Online 2. Hey, so Phantasy Star Online 2 is out. In the NA, anyway. People playing it not in the NA have been able to play it like friggin' everywhere. For a long time. Okay, what is going on here? What is going on with this second floor? Okay, that didn't work. Look, I just want to get a good look at this from the outside. You know what a better way to get a good look at this from the outside is? In a buggy. figure out how to drive this thing again. Yeah, like you used to be able to play PSO2 before, but you kind of had to go through some hoops to play on a not English server. But now they have NA servers and things, so it's actually like it's legitimately playable over here. Okay, so the big thing that I'm noticing here is height, just height-wise. Height-wise, I feel like we can do most of these buildings just up to their roofs. But I may not do this room up to its roof. Like, I feel like this thing's roof is going to be kind of another ordeal, and it'll connect to this thing's roof. So probably both of these rooms, we'd be good. Why do you just have a door there with an opening over the top of it? What the heck? I disagree. Just walk up on this thing and look in. Yeah, so I feel like I don't necessarily want to go all the way up to the roof of this thing when I make this room. We'll go up there. I mean, we have to go to an extent. Keep hitting the wrong button. I want to do that. Is we're going to have to make the bottom floor, and we're going to have to go up here. I think it'd be fair just to go up to those gold blocks. Call it a day at the gold blocks. That's about as high as we built the other roofs. So I was kind of excited when they announced PSO2 originally, but then it was like, oh, but it's not even coming to NA. Ah, crap. And one of the reasons I was, like, kind of the reason I was excited for it was I played PSO1 way back in the day on, like, the friggin' GameCube. GameCube Dreamcast. And what was frustrating, though, I never played it online. I played it just a single player, but it did what I wanted it to. The game mechanics were everything that I wanted them to be. The ability to run through the dungeons, and like it was what I wanted to play. It was, and I had a good time with it, even if it was just playing solo. So I had a ton of fun with it. So I remember I think Ogre. No, I rented it for the GameCube. Had a ton of fun. Wasn't going to bother getting online or messing with any of that, so we never got online. But had a ton of fun. Then, of course, had to return it. Ogre at one point bought it on GameCube, and he always told me, like, you just ask and you can borrow it, but I don't know, I never did. Always felt weird. But at one point I saw that they did have PSO1 for the Dreamcast, and I was like, hey, sure, I'll get that one then I'll actually have it. But the Dreamcast PSO1 absolutely required you to connect to the internet. I think it was just to, like, set up and validate things, but I was like, I can't do that. So, like, I have the Dreamcast version, but I can't use it. Hey! But I was kind of excited when I heard about PSO2, because I was like, hey, I had a lot of fun with that. I want to give it a go. Hi. I was a little bit worried, though, because, you know, modern game mechanics. It's just not gonna... It's gonna feel like a more modern MMO action RPG game, and, like, I don't want that. I want PSO1, but better. I have not yet played enough of it to really know how I feel about PSO2, but so far, I'm liking it. You got the lobby, you can go into little dungeony things that you run through real quick, like, it's... The flow is the same. Mechanics are going to be a lot more complicated, I'm sure. But I haven't really gotten into them enough to see yet. Yeah, PSO1 felt very similar to Diablo. Yeah, not gonna lie. True. Absolutely. I can totally get behind that. Okay, I think my best bet here is just going to be to blueprint this. Because this looks like a pain in the butt to take pictures of. So let's start with... I shouldn't need to go out this far, but let's start out this far. And we'll just go to, like, the other side of this over here or something. Okay, we don't need this whole friggin' tree. So those are like rafters? So I'm only going to be building up to this high. Or maybe I'll only build up to this high. That's closer to our 5. And then you start, like, getting weird stuff with these. Oh, the other Satori. Yeah, go ahead. Link stuff. Just don't link, like, bot stuff and malware and... You want a whole bunch more viewers? What race class combos did y'all prefer for PSO1? So here's the thing. PSO1 is where I started playing female characters. In my life. In living my life. That's where it started. And I think it's because at the time, I had something in. I kind of had the thing in the back of my head of like, I kind of want to play a female character, but I shouldn't. So, like, I'm not supposed to, I shouldn't, whatever. So, I didn't, like, want to. So, I started out by, like, okay, I'll pick the males like I'm supposed to. And to start out with the default, I'll play the swords guy. So, human sword guy. And aesthetically, I hated him. Looked like a brick outhouse. Hated it. The upper body of Justice League Unlimited Superman. Hated it. And so eventually I was like, I can't do it. If you give me a character like, if you give me somebody built like Kite from Dot Hack, give me something like that. But they didn't have that. Everybody was friggin' like 8 heads wide. And skipped leg day. So I said, like, okay, I can't take this anymore. I can't take this anymore. So I'm going to play a cast. So I went with a cast male, tall, lanky guy, and that was still, like, I kind of don't like how tall they are. They're at least not friggin' built like Superman. I forget what I even went for, what class I even went for with the cast. But I remember it kind of bothered me because casts in PSO1 had this, like, you flat out could not use magic thing, so you had to rely on traps and such. And I'm not exactly playing a magic user, I was like a sword user. I think I eventually went to a gunner, or whatever was in PSO1. But I couldn't get behind that the weird, like, trap magic thing with casts. Like, just mechanically it was weird. And I didn't necessarily like playing the cast guy either because he was like friggin' 10 feet tall. So I eventually said, look, I want to play somebody friggin' tiny. God dang it. So I eventually played. I was thinking about playing I eventually said, I want to play a lady. I'm not supposed to, but I want to play a lady. So I was looking at the cast females, and eventually I was like, I like them all, but we still have the same problem with casts. So I eventually ended up playing a female gunner. And that's what I settled on. I made the smallest, cutest friggin' female gunner you've ever seen in your life. And for the first time, I felt like this is the character that I want to play. I'm playing the character that I want to play. And that's kind of what that feeling of rightness is where I from there figured, like, I want to play female characters now. And I'm going to play what I want to play. And that's what did it right there. What do you mean not supposed to? It's a cultural thing, really. Like, there's nothing saying you are nothing like saying you're supposed to or not supposed to, but like as a male, culturally, it especially at the time, it was like a male playing a female. You're weird. Are you a girl? Like, uh, quit acting like a girl. Like, times were tough back then, let me tell you. Like, we got a long ways to go. It's pretty crappy right now, but every year it is so much better than it was even the previous year. Hoo boy. Okay, so let's figure out what we're doing here. So, I was gonna go up that high. I don't know if I want to go that high or not. Sure, let's go that high. I don't think there's anything I need to know higher than that I'm lacking information. So let's just confirm this way. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, we did it! Let's get gone. Hey, some guy, how's it going? Midenhall is going pretty good. We have more or less finished up the first floor, and I'm hoping today... Oh, it's 10:20. Maybe we should stop. I'm so glad Animal Crossing eventually got rid of the friggin' demon horns. I mean, I play Lady in Animal Crossing anyway, but they were just dumb. Yeah, like if you want to know where it all started, though, I mean, I gave my elaborate backstory. But if you want to know where it all started, that was it. It was PSO1. It was when I made the leap, is when, like, all before then, you ever give me an option, I would pick the dude. Because I was supposed to. And it was, and it never felt right. But it was PSO1 is where I finally got that moment and said, you know what, I'm doing it. I'm doing it here. And it felt right. And I never looked back. Okay, so let's figure out which button is my inventory. I think I can get rid of this one right now. Erase. Did I get rid of the one in my inventory? Sure did. It's empty! Okay, so... yeah, the whole floor is just up a notch. So, kind of before I do anything, I've got to lay out a layer of wood. I don't think I can just do one. I'm in swap mode. No, I can. Okay. Alright, later, some guy. Yeah, let's see here. PSO1, I think I use the dual guns. I don't know how big this room is gonna be. Okay, about that big. So it doesn't even go to the end of this. So if I fill in this area here with the one high wood, then we should be golden. So on one hand, it's actually getting kind of late. 10:30 or so. So I feel like a good stopping point is probably going to be filling all of this in. On the other hand, I don't know, I'm having a good time. I want to keep going. Barry will get angry at me though, if I just kind of stay up all night. Because she knows I'm gonna torture myself tomorrow by going to work at like 5 a.m. And admittedly, for my own health, I shouldn't. Barry is currently in the next room, very upset with me. Any chance of us getting back together for Xenoverse 2? That we want to, but there's been kind of enough going on that we've just had other priorities, I guess. And at this point, I don't know if I'd necessarily say we've lost interest. No. Yeah, at this point, I don't know if I'd necessarily say we lost interest, but that's not the button I wanted to hit. But I feel like we're kind of looking for other projects instead. Like other projects to do something together with instead. That doesn't mean we won't. It doesn't mean we don't really want to, though. So who knows what's going to happen. This is just a fill, so I guess I can do this. Let's do that, and yeah, we're fine. All right, there. I have no idea how big this room is going to be, but it is certainly not going to be this big. So we have the blueprint, so we know what this area is going to look like. And I feel like it's late enough that I should probably call it a day. It's kind of the only problem with doing this on Thursdays instead of Fridays, is if this was Friday, I could just keep going. This game connects to DQ11. Who knows? I don't think so, but I have no idea. Okay, so we have the blueprint, so we kind of know what we're in for with this area. That's going to be... It's going to be our quest for next time, I guess. Again, I'd kind of like to do it now, but I gotta sleep. And again, I'm kind of sad because that means that I just don't have the time to put into this that I otherwise would, because I've got to work. So, what if I, like, changed this back to Friday so I could just go all night until I passed out? And then we moved whatever it is that I'm doing on Fragment Friday to Thursday. Like, SRB2 cart or something. I feel like not as many people would show up. Like, people know about Fragment Friday. They know about Friday. They're going to show up for Friday. In hopes of doing something. I don't know. It would be nice if I could just kind of plow away. I mean, I guess that also means this lasts longer, because I'm going to be honest, I have no idea what I'm doing once I finish this. So I guess, like, maybe it is dragging it out some, but just by not streaming for, like, 4 hours at a time. But maybe it'll work out for the best. What in the world am I doing after this? I have no idea what I'm doing after this. We're gonna finish this, we're gonna post it. I'll like share it so everybody can come visit. And then who knows? Nobody's stuck in the pool. Isn't it always weird when you stop and think, there's a room. There's actually an open space that you can go into and run around directly below me. Like, you look at this, and I feel like my brain has trouble comprehending that. Like, it knows it, it understands it, but it just sees this as a big flat floor. How is there a big open spot below me? Oh yeah, it's about egg time. Alright, anyway, if that's going to be it, I'm going to go ahead and head out. So good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me. Been fun. Next time, we're going to make this staircase officially done with first floor. Oh, and it's been said that, like, it's gonna be, maybe it's, oops. It's been said that, like, oh, I'm just now finishing the first floor, but we've actually done a lot more than just the first floor. We've got the first floor, we've got what is effectively the basement on two ends. We've got the whole friggin' courtyard, or bazaar, out here. We've got the exterior wall of the entire castle done. Like, there's a lot more done than just the first floor. So next thing we're working on, though, is that big old room right here. Stair room. I don't know if there's a name for a stair room. And if we have any time after that, then we get to work on the ceiling / second floor. It's gonna be so neat when we're done. In retrospect, especially with, like, build binoculars and everything, it would have been so much easier just to rebuild the one, just to fix the actual Midenhall. But this is a whole different feeling. This is like, that's still their castle. We fixed it, and it's nice, but it's still their castle. But this is ours. Put every block down here myself. Sometimes that took longer than others. Anyway, good night, everybody.